Hello students. Students, in the previous class we had started this chapter, that is electricity and circuit, and we have seen in this chapter, in this electricity and circuit chapter, we have seen that what is the importance of electricity. You see that what is the importance, why electricity is important to us. Electricity is important since we all are dependent for everything on the electricity itself. Right, you see that if we want to if we are using a motor pump, means we want to pull water, we use electricity. If we want to iron our clothes, we need electricity. If we want to see anything at night, we need electricity. If we want to, for grinding purpose, means to get the mechanical energy, we need electricity. To heat anything, to get heat energy, we need the like electric heater. We use electric heater or the immersion rod. That is a electrical energy, means operated by the electrical energy. So you see that our life becomes very easy because of the electricity. It's become very comfortable, very convenient, means it saves a lot of a time, that because of the electrical energy itself, because of the electricity itself. So we have understood that what is the importance of electricity, why it is important to us. Now not only this, we have understood here one more thing, that is what happens if we are handling the electricity very carelessly. So if we are operating, or if we are handling electricity very carelessly, then it will going to give an electric shock to us. And giving electric shock means giving electric shock to us means going to death of the person also, will cause us burn also. So we can say that okay, electricity is very good for us, but it should be handled very properly, otherwise it will be very harmful for us also. Now here also we have seen one thing, that is like we used to perform the experiments of students. The experiments that is performed in the science lab, we should always keep it in our mind that we should never use the sockets, the electric sockets, or that of the power plug. Why is it so? Because the electricity which is provided to us, it is 220 volt. Instead of that, we can use a dry cell, or we can use an electric cell, because electric cell is having very less amount of electrical energy, or electricity will flow through it. It is about 1.5 volt. So ultimately it will not going to harm us. Okay, so instead of using the power point, we will better to use the dry cell, and especially in the science lab. Okay, if we are doing some kind of an experiment. So we have understood here one more thing, and that is what is the electric cell. So basically electric cell is what? It is a cell which provides a very less amount of electricity, and it is very safe to use. It is very easy to store it, the electric energy, and as well as it is a portable device. So small device, portable device, and very safe also to handle. Now the electric cell itself is divided into a lot, and in which we can say that one of the cell is known as the dry cell. So in the previous class we were started with that of the dry cell, student, and we have understood here one thing, and that is the dry cell. The name itself is called dry cell because it does not contain anything wet inside it, and that is why it is a dry cell. Okay, so we can say that this kind of dry cell we can use in the torch. Okay, and in the torch we use in the torch for operating the torch itself, and it is called a dry cell because it is not consisting of a liquid chemical. Now the second thing that we can write about the electric cell or that of a dry cell is that it is a cylindrical device. Cylindrical device. Okay, so it is a cylindrical device which is having small metal cap. Small metal cap is there on one side. Small metal cap on one side, and metal disc on the other side. Metal disc on the other side. So when you look at the device itself, you will find that there is a small metal cap is present at the top and the metal disc is present at the base. Okay, and the device is cylindrical in shape. Now not only this, but it is having two terminals also. So we can write it that these consisting of two terminals. And what are these terminals, student? Positive terminal and negative terminal. And positive and negative terminal. Okay, so we are having the dry cell is consisting of a two terminal, positive and negative. Now how we will come to know about that which one is the positive and negative? Even if you have seen the dry cell, student, there it is always written the positive and the negative terminal. So I'll tell you that the metal cap which is present at the top of that consisting of the positive terminal. So we can write it, that is the metal cap is positive terminal. Metal cap is a positive terminal of the electric cell whereas the metal base or the metal disc is negative terminal of the electric cell. Negative terminal of the electric cell. So we can say that the metal cap is positive terminal of the electric cell and metal disc is the negative terminal of the electric cell. So when you look at the cell, student, you will find all these features. Okay, now not only this, when you look at the dry cell at the positive terminal, there is a marked, means it is marked as a positive one in bracket and negative is also marked. So we can write it that is we can write it that is the positive terminal of the electric cell is marked plus. Okay, and the negative terminal of the electric cell is marked, negative terminal of the electric cell is marked minus. That is this one. Okay, so the positive terminal is marked plus while the negative terminal is marked minus, students. Okay, now these are some of the properties, or these are the things that you can see in our dry cell here, students. Remember, what are the things that we have seen here? The positive terminal is there, negative terminal is there. First of all, when you look at the dry cell, the question arises that why it is known as a dry cell. So you will say that it is known as a dry cell because there is no liquid present in it. The second thing here, that how the dry cell look. So it is cylindrical in shape. Okay, and this cylindrical shape consisting of a metal cap and the metal base, metal disc, which is present at the base, metal cap present at the top. So it is the shape when you look at the cell itself. Now the next question arises here, that what are the other things present in the electric cell? So when you look at it, you will find that there are two terminals also in an electric cell, that is positive terminal and negative terminal. Okay, where is the positive terminal, where is the negative terminal? So positive terminal is present at the metal cap of the cell and negative terminal is present at the metal disc. When you look at the cell, you will find that this positive terminal is supposed to be marked as a plus sign and the negative terminal is marked as a minus sign. Now here, the question arises, that is, okay, we have understood all these things, but how the electric cell work, or how the electric cell help in producing the electricity? So the electric cell produces electricity through the chemicals stored in it. Okay, so basically consisting of these chemicals, the chemicals help in converting it into the electrical energy. So the chemicals present in it will help in generating the electricity. So we can write it about so we can write it that the electric cell produces electricity from the chemicals stored in it. Okay, it produces electricity from the chemicals stored in it. Now, when all the chemicals in the electric cell are used up, the electric cell stops. The electric cell, it stops producing electricity. Stop producing electricity. Okay, so you can say that the electric cell, it helps in producing the electricity how? Because of the chemicals present in it. And these electric cells basically consisting of the chemicals, when all the chemicals present in it is used up, then it will stop producing electricity. So it is the chemicals which is responsible for generating or for producing the electricity. Now if we talk about the ordinary cells, students, so the ordinary electric cells, it cannot be recharged again. Now cells are also of a different type. There are cells which can be recharged, there are cells which cannot be recharged. So we can write it that if we talk about the ordinary cells, cannot be recharged, while the other can be used. Now you see here students, if we talk about the electric cell or the batteries, batteries, students, you know that when the cells they are combined together, when two or more cells are they combined together, then they help in the formation of the batteries. So we can say that the electric cells are there or electric batteries are there. And you see that there are electric cells, there are electric batteries, which is not an ordinary one, which can be recharged again and again for many years. Like in a very common example, mobile itself. You see that when your mobile get discharged, we used to recharge it. Or cameras are there, or car batteries are there, which can be recharged again. So you see that there are electric cells, there are electric batteries which can be recharged. Okay, so like cars, cameras, mobile phones, can be recharged. It can be recharged again and again for many years. Again and again for many years. So you see students that what are the things which we have understood here about the electric cell, although we will continue to understand that what are the different uses of the electric cell. But before that we have seen here one thing, that electric cell help in producing the electricity. Although the electricity will be produced, it is in a for low voltage, but the electricity which is produced by it will be produced by the chemicals which is stored in it. Okay, so chemicals present in it help in producing the electricity. The second thing that we have understood, that when all the chemicals will be used up, it will stop working, it will stop producing electricity. Now when all the chemicals are used up, it will stop producing electricity. So what we can do, either we will throw it, means now it is useless. You have seen that there are the cells like that we use in our torch. Once it will be used up, we used to throw it because it cannot be recharged again. But there are some of the cells, there are some of the batteries which can be recharged. You have seen our watch, the dry cells or the cell that we use in our watch, that is also kind of an ordinary cell because we cannot recharge it again, so we used to throw it, right? So, but if we talk about some of the cell and batteries that we use in our cameras or in the car or even the mobile phone, which is a very common one, so you have seen that once it will get discharged, we used to recharge it by providing the electricity to it. So this electricity will be used up or stored it, and finally we can use it again and again. So this process of recharging it, and then we will use it again, we can recharge it, then we can use it. So this recharging it again and again, it occurs for many years. Okay, so I hope you have understood here one thing, that the electricity, it produces the electric cells used to produce the electricity through that of the chemicals stored in it. Now let us see what are the uses of the electric cell. So the next one that we will write here, that is electric cells. So we can write it that they are used in the source of electricity, like in these are used as a source of electricity. Source of electricity used in the source of electricity in torches, wristwatch, alarm clocks, transistor, TV remotes, radios, TV remotes, Right now we discussed about cameras, mobile phones, then even in the toys also, and many other things. Okay, many other devices. So these are used in the many different kind of devices, students. Now let us see that why we are talking here about the electric cell, and this term came when we were talking that how electricity is dangerous to us, and we have seen that we should use this electric cell in while performing a science experiment. You see, students, that this electric cell, while using in an experiment, if we are performing an experiment, we use the electric cell, and we used to connect the electric cell with each other through a wire. So one wire is connected to the positive terminal, other to that of the negative terminal, but it should not be connected directly through the wire, but it should be connected through a device. It means a wire from the positive terminal of the cell insert, or it is enter to a device, and the device can be anything, students, and then from that particular device another wire will came out which join to the negative terminal. It should not be directly joined. The reason that it should not be directly joined through a wire through each other, because that more chemicals will be used up, means the chemicals which help in producing energy, it will be used up fast, and finally it will be damaged quickly. Okay, so we should say that the wire which is connecting the positive to that of the negative terminal, it should be connected to a device first. Means it can be a torch, it can be a switch, a torch bulb can be there. So whatever will be the devices that we have used here, it should be connected to both of the terminal. Wire should not be connected to each other. So let me write it about this also. That is the thing that we should remember, that we should always join the two terminals by connecting them through wires. By connecting them through wires containing a device such as torch bulb, like that of the torch bulb, or a switch or a switch. Okay, so we should always join the two terminal of the cell by connecting them through the wires which is having a device. It means while doing so, we should always remember here one thing, that is we will connect them together with the help of the device itself, students. Okay, now you see that is next point in this one, that we can write here that we should never join the two terminals. We should never join the two terminals of the cell directly through the wire. Okay, directly through the wire. We should never join it directly through the wire, because if we join the two terminals of a cell, two terminals of the cell directly through the wire only, then the chemicals present chemicals present in the cell, the chemical present in the cell get used up very fast. It will be used up very fast, and the cell will get damaged quickly. Okay, the cell get damaged quickly. Okay, then the cell will get damaged quickly. Okay, so we can say that is why we should never join the two wires directly. I'll tell you here, students, whenever electric cell is there, the electric cell consisting of a first positive and the negative terminal, what we have to do, we have to complete it by joining them together with the wire. So whenever we are using a wire, one wire is connected to the positive terminal, and from here one wire came, but it should always connect it to a device. Means while connecting the one wire to the other first terminal to the other terminal, it must have a device, and device can be anything. Okay, so if a wire started from that of the positive terminal reaches to from the positive terminal, it will reaches to that of the particular device, and from there the another wire will came out and reaches to that of the negative terminal. So the arrangement should be like that. The two terminals are connected not only through the wire, but the device must present with it. Why? If they are only connected through wire, if the two terminals are connected through the wire only, then what happened? The chemicals which we said that is responsible for producing the electricity, it will be used up very fast, and finally the cell will be it will get damaged quickly. It will be end up. Okay, so we can say that we should always use a electrical device to it. Okay, electrical device which makes them the two terminals to join together. Then the next thing that we have to study, students, it is about the dodge bulb. So we have here understood that what is the electric cell, why it is important, and what are the different features you have seen in the electric cell, how it produces energy, and we have also seen that how we should connect the wire from the one terminal of the electric cell to the other terminal. Now this electric cell is used up in the torch. Okay, so we will going to understand about the torch bulb. You have seen the torch consisting of a bulb. Okay, so we have seen here the torch consisting of a small bulb. So we will discuss about the torch bulb.